Hey guys, Interceptor King here. I'm just going to do a quick little video. It's starting to get warmer out and the days are getting longer, which is nice because we get about 8 feet of snow every year over here. And as you can see, there's just a little bit left where the shade is. But anyways, this is a 2018 Ford Utility Police Interceptor. Runs and drives great with absolutely no known mechanical issues whatsoever. This one has a twin turbo EcoBoost with the 3.5 liter V6. Produces 365 factory horsepower, which you could buy a tuner for it that plugs into the AWD 2 diagnostic port if you wanted to, and you could increase this by another 69 wheel horsepower with a tuner. This is a one owner vehicle, and it was actually driven by one person the whole time it was in service. It's got all highway miles. It's got wheel covers over the black steel cop rims. It's pretty nice. And the twin turbo EcoBoost vehicles are worth about $2,500 to $3,000 more than the non-turbo vehicles. And we'll start this up here in a second. Do a quick little walk around. And I'm right here in Gilchrist, Oregon. This is Highway 97 out front here. All right, we'll start it up real quick. You got a rear view camera right here. Backup monitoring system. It's a little bit dirty right now. Needs to be cleaned. Sitting next to the highway here. It gets pretty dusty here in Central Oregon. All right. It's got a nice cushioned back seat. And this one has carpet. So looks like the seats just need to be cleaned up, or that's just some light getting in there. All right. Let's start it up real quick. It's got this center console that they used in it, which I do have different center consoles. If somebody wants one, I could just throw it in here. They're real easy to install. All right, we'll start it up real quick. This one I believe has 125,000 miles on it. Yeah, 125 on the mileage. Need to put a little air in the front left tire. Spotlight works. It's got Bluetooth. Rear view camera pops up right here. Press this little button and it'll point at like more of a downward angle. And then it shows that it has the backup monitoring system. When you get close to something, it'll start beeping, and those little indicators on the back there will light up if there's something back there, that if you possibly miss something back there, it'll start beeping and show you where something is. So headliner looks really nice. There's that back seat. These only have second row back seats. The police interceptors are not compatible with the third row seat because they have reinforced framing back there. They're the only vehicles in the world that were crash tested to be rear-ended by another vehicle that's traveling 75 miles per hour. So, and most of these have rubber matted floors, where this one has carpet. And this is on the lower end. It's got 3,004 idle hours. So with the law enforcement vehicles, there's two things that they keep track of. They keep track of the miles and the idle hours as well. So sometimes you'll see one that has like 60,000 miles on it, but it could have 13,000 idle hours. I've seen them all the way up to 23,000 idle hours on some like older police interceptors, and that's not normal. That's very high. I'd say normal range is pretty much like 3,500 to 8,000, maybe 9,000 idle hours. 9,000 would be on the high normal side, 3,000 is probably a little bit lower than what the low normal would be on one of these. So and so it was mostly highway miles, and it's on the camera it looks like that's flashing, but it's not. It's just it's only on the camera. It's not like that actually. So, and that little light's just saying that there needs to be air in one of the tires. It gets cold over here. About 3 weeks ago, one morning it was negative 21. We're at almost 4,500 feet in Central Oregon, and it gets really cold, and it kind of messes with the air pressure in tires when it gets cold, and then it warms back up. But anyway, really nice vehicle. We'll go around the block real quick. So you've got tilt steering. You also have a pedal, a little button right down over here to adjust the pedals, so you could bring the pedals towards you or away from you. And I'll put the seatbelt on real quick. We'll go around the block. So this has the 3.5 liter twin turbo. These came with two motor options. The 3.7 liter, which is a naturally aspirated V6, and those produce 304 or 305 horsepower. And then you have the twin turbos that produce 365 horsepower from the factory. And when you buy a tuner or a programmer, whatever you want to call it, it will significantly increase the horsepower on the twin turbo model, because with it having turbos, they basically increase the boost on the turbos, and then they mess with the air to fuel ratio, and you're able to get an extra 69 wheel horsepower out of these for just a tuner that costs like $400. Can't get that much horsepower out of a naturally aspirated vehicle, not even a V8 with just a tuner. The turbos make quite a difference. So anyway, yeah, this thing's always been professionally maintained and upkept. All-wheel drive, gets the government's #1 crash test rating. Only vehicle in the world that's been crash tested to be rear-ended by another vehicle that's traveling 75 miles per hour. It's got reinforced framing in the back, which also prevents body roll. And has heavier duty wheels, tires, suspension, brakes, cooling, and charging systems on the police interceptors over the civilian versions. And this thing drives great. Just going around the block real quick. So anyways, go to interceptorking.com for current inventory. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, like us on Facebook. I post stuff on the Facebook page, and then it goes from there onto the website. Sometimes certain vehicles get sold before I'm even able to post them on the website. So they go on the Facebook page first. And I prefer the twin turbos. Some people, they don't want the turbos, and that's fine. And those vehicles are actually about $2,500 less than the turbo vehicles. So everything feels good on this. I actually have the service records for this ever since it was brand new. It has a low gear too. I didn't demonstrate that, but when you're driving, if you want to it to downshift on its own and to be at a higher RPM range where it's more responsive in the power band, you press that, and then you can see the L. I'll press it again. So now it's back in regular drive mode. You press that, you press it, and it goes into low gear. And it's a nice little thing to have there. It's got heated side mirrors. Side mirrors are also heated. And it's got Bluetooth. So there it is. It's a 2018 Ford Utility Police Interceptor. And it's got 365 horsepower. That has good tread on. That's the tire that needs a little bit of air. It's a little bit dirty, but they get dirty pretty quick. Parked on the side of the highway over here. There it is. Oh, and from the factory, as far as I've ever seen, the only ones that have the Interceptor insignia on the hood are the twin turbo ones from the factory. All the ones that don't have the turbos that I've ever gotten, which I've gotten a few hundred of these now, The non-turbos don't say Interceptor on the hood. So and it says EcoBoost right there, which lets you know it's the twin turbo package. And also this back seat folds down in case you want to put something in the back. So really nice vehicle, all highway miles, low idle hours. Go to interceptorking.com for current inventory. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Like us on Facebook. You guys be safe. Take care. Later.